You okay?
You saved me.
I hope so.
Now that Spider-Man 4 is locked in for July 2026, that's one less spot open for the highly likely Doctor Strange 3. But we did get 3 new Marvel release dates for 2028, February 18th, May 5th, and November 10th recently, and we already have some release dates in 2026 and 2027. Could Doctor Strange 3 be a post-Secret Wars movie dealing with the aftermath? Honestly, I don't think so. I see it fitting somewhere between Doomsday and Secret Wars instead. Stick around because I'll break that down, but first, let's talk about Benedict Cumberbatch's latest comments on Doctor Strange 3. He said something about the Dark Dimension that has me seriously excited. The Dark Dimension has been around since Doctor Strange's first movie, but it's barely been explored. At the end of Doctor Strange 2, we got a big tease that his next adventure will take place there, ruled by the powerful Dormammu. That's why Benedict Cumberbatch's latest MCU comments have me so hyped. Doctor Strange 3 could be diving deep into this mysterious realm. Back in 2016's Doctor Strange, Mads Mikkelsen's Caecilius and his followers tried to merge Earth with the Dark Dimension, hoping to gain eternal life. But Strange outsmarted them, trapping Dormammu in a time loop until he agreed to spare Earth and banish Caecilius and his crew into the Dark Dimension. Now, with Cumberbatch hinting at what's next, it looks like we're finally getting a proper look at this realm, maybe even setting up Avengers Secret Wars. Doctor Strange 2's post-credit scene was a game-changer for his future in the MCU. After saving America Chavez and witnessing Scarlet Witch's downfall, Strange ends up with a third eye. In the comics, this eye gives him heightened magical awareness, letting him see into souls and break through illusions, kind of like the original Eye of Agamotto. But in the MCU, it seems more tied to his use of the Darkhold's magic. The post-credit scene hinted at an even bigger consequence, Charlize Theron's Clea showing up. Her debut could mean some major shifts for Doctor Strange moving forward. In the comics, Clea is a big deal. She's the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension, Dormammu's niece, and even Doctor Strange's wife. At the end of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, she shows up on Earth, telling Strange that he accidentally caused a multiversal incursion in the Dark Dimension and needs to fix it. That pretty much sets the stage for Doctor Strange 3, which will likely focus on this mission. And with incursions being a major trigger for Secret Wars in the comics, this could be leading straight into the big multiversal showdown. In a recent chat with Variety, Benedict Cumberbatch gave us some exciting updates on Doctor Strange's future in the MCU. While he confirmed that Strange won't be in Avengers Doomsday, he'll have a major role in Avengers Secret Wars. But that's not all. Cumberbatch also teased that Doctor Strange 3 is officially in the works. They are very open to discussing where we go next. Who do you want to write and direct the next one? What part of the comic lore do you want to explore so that Strange can keep evolving? He's a very rich character to play. He's a complex, contradictory, troubled human who's got these extraordinary abilities, so there's potent stuff to mess about with. It looks like Doctor Strange has a bright future ahead, and Doctor Strange 3 might be one of the few MCU movies dropping between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Hopefully, this means the Dark Dimension teases won't be forgotten, and we'll finally get a deep dive into this alternate reality, way beyond Strange's quick visit when he bargained with Dormammu. Plus, with Strange and Clea investigating an incursion, it feels like this could directly set up Secret Wars, maybe even acting as a prelude to the big finale of the multiverse saga. In the original comics, Secret Wars had a prelude event called Time Runs Out, which some MCU fans think would be a perfect subtitle for Doctor Strange 3, especially if it drops right before Avengers Secret Wars. In Time Runs Out, Marvel's biggest heroes and villains, including Strange, race to save their world from the same fate that's already wiped out countless Earths due to reality-colliding incursions. This storyline directly sets up Secret Wars and solidifies Doctor Strange's key role in the event, right alongside Doctor Doom. The same thing could easily happen in the MCU, with Doctor Strange's investigation kicking off in the Dark Dimension. Maybe this incursion is just the beginning of a much bigger chain reaction of multiversal chaos. Just like Kang teased in Ant-Man 3, leading to the collapse of the multiverse, just like in the Secret Wars comics. While it's all speculation for now, I'm beyond hyped to see what Doctor Strange 3 has in store. Not only could it finally dive deep into the dark dimension, but it might also set the stage for what could be the MCU's biggest crossover event yet. Doctor Strange 3 is also rumored to introduce one of the most fascinating magic-related characters in the MCU, and with that, possibly another Sorcerer Supreme. While Wong currently holds the title, the MCU has already introduced another powerful magic user with that rank. The Doctor Strange movies have explored all kinds of sorcery, with Multiverse of Madness expanding the magical possibilities even further. But the next major sorcerer is already in play, and they actually made their first appearance all the way back in Doctor Strange. Strange's part of the MCU is still relatively new, but it's already introduced magic, alternate dimensions, and powerful heroes and villains that will shape the franchise's future. However, one major Doctor Strange character has only appeared in a deleted scene from the first movie. While he hasn't gotten his moment yet, it looks like his time is finally coming. The first Doctor Strange film originally set up Brother Voodoo. In a deleted scene, Strange meets a sorcerer named Daniel Drum in the Sanctum Sanctorum. While the scene didn't make the final cut, it likely had bigger plans because Daniel Drum is a key figure in Marvel Comics. He's the brother of Jericho Drum, better known as Dr. Voodoo, a Haitian hero who blends mystic arts with voodoo to protect the universe's natural order. In the comics, he even becomes the Sorcerer Supreme at one point, so his MCU debut might be closer than ever. In the comics, Jericho Drum becomes Dr. Voodoo after his brother Daniel's death. Losing Daniel pushes Jericho to study the mystic arts, training under his brother's former master. In Doctor Strange, Daniel is actually killed by Caecilius, which sets up Jericho's origin story perfectly. Since Dr. Voodoo is a fusion of Jericho and Daniel's spirit, the groundwork for his MCU debut has been there from the start. Even though Brother Voodoo hasn't appeared since the first Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness introduced magic that fits right into his style. The sequel leaned into darker sorcery, with Strange summoning spirits and undead creatures to battle Wanda. While Strange usually sticks to more traditional spells, these eerie powers are exactly the kind of magic that Dr. Voodoo is known for. Brother Voodoo's powers come from the Loa, the spirit gods of voodoo, giving him a mix of mystical and physical abilities. He can enter a trance state where fire doesn't burn him, control flames, and even command lower life forms. One of his signature moves is summoning smoke with the sound of drums, letting him stay hidden while still seeing through it. He can hypnotize animals and plants, summon the Loa for instant teleportation, and even call on his brother Daniel Drum's spirit, doubling his strength. Daniel's spirit can also possess others, giving Brother Voodoo full control over their actions. Despite all his magic, he's got some street-level skills too. He once broke into Doctor Strange's place through the chimney, no spells needed. With training in voodoo from Papa Jumbo and a PhD in psychology, Brother Voodoo has a deep knowledge of both mysticism and science. He wears a powerful medallion that helps channel his abilities, and at times, he's even used regular firearms. When he became Sorcerer Supreme, he inherited the Eye of Agamotto, the Cloak of Levitation, and the Books of Knowledge, making him one of the most powerful magic users in the Marvel Universe. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness does a great job of introducing voodoo-style magic to the MCU, especially with Strange's use of death magic. This darker side of magic could be the perfect setup for Brother Voodoo's arrival. In fact, Strange's connection to death could even play a role in Jericho Drum's journey. Maybe he trains under Strange after his brother Daniel's death. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.